Before we dive into the how-to, it's important to note that we don't have accurate pictures of some of the material that is needed for soundproofing your home, but it's important to understand what soundproofing actually is. At its most basic, soundproofing is the science of reducing the sound that enters or exits a particular space. It's all about controlling the vibrations that are known as sound waves. These waves travel through the air, but they can also pass through solid materials like your walls, windows, and doors. Now, don't confuse soundproofing with sound absorption. They're not the same thing. Sound absorption is about improving the acoustics within a room by reducing echo or reverberation. Soundproofing, on the other hand, is about keeping sound in or out of a space. The principle behind soundproofing is relatively simple. It's about adding mass and density to a structure to make it harder for sound to pass through. This can be achieved by using specific materials or construction techniques. Armed with this knowledge, you're now ready to tackle the task of soundproofing your home. Soundproofing your home requires some specific materials. Let's delve into the world of soundproofing essentials. First, we have acoustic panels. These are designed to absorb sound waves, reducing echoes and background noise. They come in various sizes and styles to suit your aesthetic preferences. Next up, we have soundproof curtains. Not your ordinary drapes. These are thick, heavy curtains that block out sound, making them perfect for windows and doors. Speaking of doors, door seals are another crucial item. They prevent sound from sneaking in through the gaps around your doors. Finally, we have soundproof insulation. This is a special type of insulation that not only keeps your home warm, but also prevents sound transmission through walls and ceilings. It's usually made from materials like mineral wool or foam. Remember, the effectiveness of these materials depends on proper installation, so make sure you understand how to use them before you start. Once you've gathered all these materials, you're set to start the soundproofing process. The walls in your home are the largest surface area for sound to travel through, and that's why it's so crucial to soundproof them properly. So let's delve into the nitty-gritty of it all and transform your space into a haven of tranquility. To start with, you'll need soundproof insulation. Think of it as a cushion that absorbs the sound waves before they can bounce off your walls. It's usually made of dense material like mineral wool or fiberglass. You can install this by cutting it to the right size and placing it between your wall studs. This is a task that requires some handyman skills, so if you're not comfortable with it, you might want to call in a professional. Once your insulation is in place, it's time to add another layer of protection: acoustic panels. These panels are quite the multitaskers. Not only do they absorb sound, but they also prevent echo within the room. You can simply attach these panels to your walls using adhesive strips or mounting hardware. They come in a variety of styles and colors, so you can choose something that complements your room's decor. While you're at it, make sure you cover all gaps and cracks in your walls. These small spaces can be like highways for sound, letting it travel freely from room to room. You can use acoustic sealant for this job. It's a flexible material that can fill gaps and prevent sound leakage. Lastly, don't forget about your electrical outlets and switches. They're often overlooked, but they can also let sound sneak through. You can install soundproofing gaskets behind the plates to block any sound that might try to escape. And there you have it, a step-by-step guide to soundproofing your walls. It might seem like a lot of work, but remember, the peace and quiet you'll enjoy afterward will be well worth it. With your walls soundproofed, you've already made a huge step towards a quieter home, and that's something to be proud of. Doors and windows are often overlooked, but they are key areas where sound can seep in or out. Now, let's dive into soundproofing these areas. Firstly, door seals. You'd be surprised at how much noise can slip through the tiny gaps around your doors. Getting a good quality door seal is an easy and cost-effective way to block this noise. They're simple to install too. You just stick them onto the door frame and they'll create a tight seal when the door is closed. Next, we have soundproof curtains. These aren't your average drapes. They're made from thick, dense materials that absorb sound. You just hang them up like regular curtains and they'll help to dampen any noise coming through your windows. Remember, soundproofing is all about creating barriers to block or absorb sound. So by adding these materials to your doors and windows, you're creating additional layers of sound protection. By soundproofing your doors and windows, you're sealing off the final major sources of noise intrusion. Congratulations, you've just soundproofed your home. Now, let's take a moment to recap on what we've covered in this video. We began by understanding what soundproofing really is, the art and science of reducing sound transmission through your walls, doors, and windows. We then discussed the essential materials needed for soundproofing, from drywall and mass-loaded vinyl to weather stripping and door sweeps. Remember, the right materials can make all the difference in achieving a quieter home. Next, we tackled how to soundproof your walls, a significant source of noise transmission. We learned about adding an extra layer of drywall and using insulation to dampen sounds. Then we moved on to soundproofing doors and windows, using weather stripping, door sweeps, and soundproof curtains to create a barrier against noise. Now, you can enjoy the peace and quiet you've been craving. Until next time, remember, a quieter home is a happier home.